What's up, y'all? I'm sure y'all seen the title. A Nightmare on Spice Street. Yes, I knew the title before I made the video because I had to think of the story. You might be thinking, Spice? What does it mean by Spice? Well, in today's video, yes. This is a nightmare on the street off K and 2. We're on that street. I was not the one indulging in that. I will have to let you know. Unfortunately, the person that was indulging in that activity was a person very close to me. But this is a story for the fun times because I don't care. So this story low-key requires a lot of context, and I will be giving all context, so this story might be a little long. I don't know yet. It just depends on how long it takes me to tell it. I didn't write down any notes or anything, but I was okay excited to tell this one because what? You know, so yeah. Nightmare on Spice Street. This story starts off the day. Boom. I was about 17 years old. Yeah, I was 17 years old. I think this was this was after I graduated high school. Yeah, this is after I graduated high school. I was 17. I was living with my dad. And I wasn't living with my mom no more, but I was living with my dad. That's a story for another time. But yeah, as I'm living with my dad, I'm kind of like in another city, but I still got my vehicle, and the car that I had, my granddad gave me, and that car was low-key a rust bucket piece of shit. Like, it didn't have no air. And bro, the worst part of having that car, let me tell y'all the worst part. The worst part of having that car was when, you know, the thing you plug in like car chargers and stuff. Yeah, I had that for the Bluetooth because the car was old as shit and it didn't have no Bluetooth or any Bluetooth capability in the radio. And I don't know about you, but I'm not finna change out the radio personally, so I just put the thing in the cigarette lighter. That's what it's called. And it burnt out one day, like literally out of nowhere. So I stopped having Bluetooth and I was forced to listen to the radio. And this was like beginning of the second semester of high school. Like by the time, okay, let me continue with the story. But just know I had a piece of shit car at the time, but I was whipping that bitch because, yeah, it's my car. And it was really unreliable for until it started fucking up. But boom, the day starts off, I'm chilling, literally doing nothing, right? I'm just vibing, wake up, smoke a blunt, you know, in the crib, like, you dad, like, let me smoke in the living room, like, that nigga. My friends, they stay like kind of farther away now because I don't live in the same city no more, so I gotta whip it down the highway to go get him. But on today's day, the friend I chose to hang out with was my twin. Damn, what we gonna call twin? We gonna call twin Layla. Yeah. So boom, I go pick up Layla, right? You whipping it back. Car don't got no air. Summertime, it's May, hot as fuck. But we make it back to the crib, right? Car, no issues felt with the car. But previously, there were some issues felt with this car. As in, like, sometimes it would just feel like the car wouldn't, like, the gas would just stop, you know. And that's a little scary, you know. But I didn't correlate that to transmission issues at the time, but later on down the line, my transmission was actually fried. Like, the car was cooked no matter what, unless we got a new transmission. And the transmission, the type of car I had was a Volvo, bro. And trying to get Volvo parts is like hunting for Lamborghini parts. Like, bro, there was no parts for that car. The car was old as shit, and it was an old ass Volvo, and the transmission was like $3,000. I'm not paying for that. My mom not paying for that. Granddad not paying for that, you know. So nigga was mad at me when the car broke down, like that shit was my fault, nigga. Anyways, back on track to the story. Me and twin head out to go get some food, right? As we head out to go get some food, my car decides it just wants to die. And guess what it did? As I'm driving, it's like it's on the road. It's like it's not really a back road. It's just more like a side road that's not on the main road that can get you to a different main road. You know, you get off on this road, off a main road, and then you hit this road to hop on another main road. You know, and if I sound a little off, nigga did smack the fuck out the water pipe before he came in here to do this. But boom, as I'm driving, there's a train tracks, right, and there's like a hotel. Okay, there's train tracks right here, and then there's a hotel like right there. If you just drive like half a mile further down this back road, you're gonna make it to a hotel in like the side road of the highway. You know what I'm saying? So boom, as I'm driving over these train tracks, my transmission dies. Like genuinely, that shit dies. Like it's died. If it's fried, don't know what's wrong with it. It's fucked up, and then I realized that I'm actually cooked because as I'm pressing on the gas pedal, my car is not going. It's just making like the engine is just revving, but my car is not going, you know. So at this point, I'm internally panicking a little bit because my car is like everything, you know, and without my car I literally can't do anything. So, you know, but at this time I didn't have a job. But the job I did have stopped scheduling me, and then I ended up moving in with my dad. And he was like, the city, like the job commute was just kind of inconvenient at the time. And the nigga was 17, you know. But I've been working since I was 16. You know? But that was just a side job after I quit the first job. My car is fucked up. I got no gas. Like the fastest this is going is like 25 miles per hour at the fastest, like going down this road. Mind you, there's people behind me, and the only thing I can do genuinely is just try to get to this hotel and pull into the parking lot. So that's what I do. I get to the hotel, I try to park good in the spot so I look like a regular person. I park in the spot, I'm kind of fucked up a little bit, so I end up like just like the transmission's already flipped. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get the car aligned. So I went up, and then I put my shit in reverse, and my shit was reversing just fine. So it seemed like only the drive part of my transmission was fried, and my reverse was perfectly fine. But I can't drive in reverse. I did see this one nigga driving in reverse on Instagram Reels one time. That shit was crazy. So now, me and Twin stranded at the hotel. Like, and our only hope of rescue is my dad, because my dad stays in the city and he's like 5 minutes away, 5-6 minutes away, you know. So the first person I call is my granddad, because he gave me the card, you know, and he has to know about the problem. And then he just said basically, fuck you, you know, you don't talk to me, so I'm not gonna try to get the car fixed. I was like, okay, well, that's an unfortunate scenario. So we move along, and I call my dad to come pick me up, and luckily the man's on the way. He's coming to get me. Yippee. Well, we don't know what we're gonna do with the car, but it doesn't matter at this point. My dad's on the way to come get me. So me and Twin, we just chilling in the hotel lobby. I told them that my car was fucked up outside. It was like, okay. I was like, I got a ride coming, you know. W. So then boom, we get into the car with my dad. The nightmare has already started, but we finally made it to Spice Street. My dad I don't know if he still does, but my dad, when I was living with him, was an avid connoisseur of, he liked to indulge in spices. And to me, I don't know, he functioned well enough, so I didn't really care for real. But I know he did other things as well, and there was rumors he was doing something else as well, but he denied that one like fully. But the other one, I know about that one because I had a story for another time that I'm definitely gonna tell. I'm definitely gonna tell y'all this story, but it's a story for another time. But yes, my dad was an active K2 connoisseur, and whenever I would get some Zop, he would get a bag of, and the plug. Do I want to see all this on YouTube? Like, how do I phrase this in the best way possible so my video doesn't get like shadow banned? We would go to my guy, and we would get the real and the fake, you know, because this one's completely real and one's completely fake. But he wasn't a real seller. He was a fake. He sold crazy stuff. He sold the crazy stuff. He didn't sell the tree. He sold the insane shit. So boom. When my father picks us up from the hotel, this guy already has his K2 blunt road, and I didn't really ride in the car with my dad too often because I had a whip, you know. But this was like one of my first times really riding with him since I started living with him. I will say, not a bad driver off the K2, but it's time for y'all to experience this. Okay. We enter the vehicle. The vehicle pulls off from the parking lot, and then the K2 blunt gets sparked. When the K2 blunt gets sparked, when we were in the house, I never really smelled the K2 too crazy because I would have some solid and the solid would smell way crazier than the K2, right? But now that we were trapped in the GMC Acadia, yes, I'm dropping the vehicle. That shit has some shitty ass transmission problems too. I cannot lie. Never, ever buy a GMC Acadia. He lights the K2 blunt, and when he lights the K2 blunt, this smell, absolute, like, it's hard to describe it as an aroma because it did not smell good, but it's hard to describe it as an odor because it's not like it just smelled like funky. Let me describe this smell for you guys. Imagine pure chemicals like, I don't know, bleach, fabuloso, degreaser, nail polish, acetone, you know. Imagine all of those chemicals mixed into one and burning in your mouth. Not in your mouth, in your nose. And as you're sitting in this hot box, it just smells like you're inside of a like hospital lab, like the place where they make the crazy shit. It smells like you're inside of there. Like, K2 does not, and RP does not smell like weed. It smells like burning bleach, like genuinely. It smells like burning bleach, burning fabuloso. It smells like it has the intensity. It has the intensity in your nose as nail polish. Now, this was only the beginning of the K2 hotbox. Like, this is him just lighting it off the first rip. Boom, we're riding. We're going on a side quest, guys. We're not going straight back home. No. We're not going straight back home. So boom, we're riding to the bank. The bank is like 6-7 minutes away. And as we're going to the bank, this spice blunt is actively, sorry, my PC just turned off. Let me restart. As we're in the K2 box, the box is only getting thicker. The air is off. Don't know why the air is off. The windows are fully up. He has the spice lit. I haven't even told y'all about how he was acting yet. This is just only the smells. Me and Twin we immediately pull out phone, start texting each other. I wish I still had that phone, bro. I lost all my messages, bro. But we pull out the phone, immediately texting each other like, bro, this is crazy. I need a breath. I can't breathe. Like, because the intensity off the first light was already enough. Like I said, burning bleach, burning chemicals. Like, it does not smell anything like actual Zod. It smells fucking crazy. Like, I've never smelled like crack or meth or anything like that, but I had to put that smell over there with that. Like, that's not an enjoyable smell at all. Okay, moving on. As we're texting each other about the insane smells and intensity of the Nightmare Hot Box, because we're boxing the K2 at this point. Like, we are, you know, we are low-key tweaking ourselves, but not too hard, because I can't say personally I've ever got the K2 contact high, because I was really chilling the whole time. But Twin was low-key tweaking. But boom, as this is happening, my father, that is the one smoking this K2, he is absolutely, imagine the drunkest nigga you've ever seen. Imagine the drunkest nigga you've ever seen, and he's just yapping his ass off. Like, this guy cannot stop talking. Like, he's just fucking yapping. This man, I would have to give y'all the backstory on my father for y'all to truly understand what's going on in this moment. But bro, look at y'all. So now we'll talk about this brand that he was going on. Boom. He was going on this absolute tirade rant about how, like, why would basically my mom's side of the family give me this piece of shit car, it's unreliable, blah 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 blah, you know. And you know, I agree with him at the time, because it just broke down on me out of nowhere for no reason that I could control. You know, the car already drunk up antifreeze, like it was fucking like Hawaiian Punch juice, and it's 4 years old, you know, it's loving that red 40 high fructose corn syrup. My dad sits here and proceeds to yap about how he's gonna get me a new car, boom boom, he finna bless me up, like brand new 2023 shit, you know, because this was in 2023. He was saying he was gonna give me some 2023 shit. I'm like, are you gonna give me some 2023 shit now, or are you just yapping off the spice? This guy is up and adamant, like he's the most cheery nigga in the world. Like, I wish I could recreate it, but I genuinely can't. Like, I would have to be drunk as shit for me to show y'all how he was acting in that moment. Like I said, imagine the drunkest nigga you've ever seen behind the V, like behind the, you know, he whipping that bitch to the bank, chilling. Still, while he's doing all this yapping, mind you, he's still hitting the K2 blend. So there's more smoke coming to the back. Like we both sitting in the back seat. I'm not sitting in the front seat, but I decided I didn't want to sit in the front seat, but we both sitting in the back seat. And like in the GMC Acadia, you got like this middle space in between it, and that truck is really low-key big, if you ask me. Bro, that shit was boxed out. Like, first 3 hits boxed, and then what's even crazier, this guy would not let the windows down. Like, even when we asked him, he said no. Like, nigga, what do you mean no? But yeah, he's just sitting here and he's yapping his ass off. He's gonna give me a new car. Like, this guy really hated my mom for real. So he was using it as an opportunity to go on my mom. Mind you, Twin in the car, like, you gotta chill, bro. Bro, tweaking off the spice. We in the nightmare box. Eventually, we make it to the destination. And when we get out of the truck, outside of the bank, outside of the spice box, my nigga, that breath of fresh air, I have to say, was truly top 5 breaths of fresh air I've ever took in my entire life. There's been times where the box was just boxing so hard, you know, and you in that bitch, and it feels like it's pure hell, pure suffering. Cotton mouth, throat dry, no bev, 3 woods deep and 7 blunts, and it's getting scary. But getting out this spice box felt better than that. We didn't have no bev, it didn't matter. Hopping out, because luckily he has indeed offered the spice. Like, he wanted me to hit it with him, and I tapped it one time lightly, I have to be honest, but I never could actually like hit the space like wow. But we get out and we get to the bank. Mind you, this guy is still tweaking all the spice, and forewarning, he did not finish the spice one. He put it out early, but we was still boxing it. We go inside of the bank. Me and Twin, we just vibing, we chilling, we collecting, thinking about how absolutely wild what we just had the experience was, and we still aren't even at the house. Like, we still gotta make it back to the house. Okay, boom. Y'all see the shirt? Hold up. Okay, me and Twin in the bank, and my dad, he's in the bank and he's talking to the teller, and the way he's talking to the teller is in this very like, imagine like what's the thing, like, imagine somebody who considers themselves like a guru and something, like the way that they talk, like I can't do it. Too faded. But yeah, somebody that considers themselves a guru, somebody that like kind of like sucks their own dick, you know, and it's not in like a cool way. It's in like a that's not you, but it's in that kind of way. He's talking to the bank, to the lady. Eventually, I toned this guy out. I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell y'all what they were talking about after a certain point. I was just glad to not be in the spice box. But eventually, whatever he needed to get from the lady, got from the lady, and we are leaving the bank. Yippee! We're hopping back in the V. Now, Foreshadow is coming into the picture. He is going to finish this spice blend before we get back to this house. So, it's time for round 2. It's time for round motherfucking 2 with the spice blend. This was truly a nightmare on Spice Street because the second go around, somehow the smell was even worse. I guess relit K2. Well, when you relight the wood, it is kind of stronger. So the relit K2 just smelled fucking insane, bro. Like I cannot truly describe to y'all the smell that comes from the K2 blend, bro. And this nigga will wrap his K2 up in ultras, bro. If you know about ultras, you know about ultras, bro. They come in 6 in a pack, the cheap as hell. But this guy, he wouldn't he wouldn't roll the fat. He don't roll no fatty. He come from that generation of unks that roll these super skinny, like they roll 0.4s and everything, bro. They make a tray. They can make a tray file last 2 weeks. Seen them do this shit, bro. I seen it. I couldn't make a tray file last 2 days. I'm rolling blunt, like 4 blunts. That tray file gone. That's if I stretch it. My soul, bro. We had to sit and endure that once again, trapped in the K2 box, and this guy refused to fucking let the window down. And the distance from the bank back to the house, I would say was about 11 minutes. So imagine 11 minutes of pure pain, suffering, and agony as you sit in the K2 box and your lungs are burning, your nose is burning, the air is heavy, you cannot breathe, you cannot exist in this. Yeah, man. Eventually, we make it back to the house. I have no car. Car's still over there at the hotel. In the next few weeks, we end up leaving the apartment, but that's a story for another time. After we make it back to the house, you know me, roll up a blunt, smoke one for the car. Me and Twin chilling. Twin mom unfortunately had to come pick her up. She was not too happy about that one, but Twin still came over when the car was flipped up. And y'all, that's all for my story. It was a nightmare on Spice Street. My car broke down, and my dad trapped me in the spice box after. I'ma holla. Wait, I never even said my name. I'm T on LSD.